Our Wendy's male high school athlete of the week, a junior for Washburn Rural. His name is Luke Leonetti, and he is your city individual boys golf champion for this year, picking up a win at this past week's city golf tournament. And Luke, let's just start there. Obviously, a great season for you overall so far, but picking up an individual boys title for city golf. What was that experience like for you this past week?
It felt good. It felt really good. Didn't get to play last year because of COVID. I'm a junior this year, like you said. So I got to play in this event freshman year. I was lucky enough to be in the top six. I didn't play great freshman year, but I got to compete, and it was a fun event. 27 holes is a long day. TCC, it's a great course. So, it was fun, and it was a battle for sure.
A couple of things to get to there. I want to start. You mentioned that you got to participate in this your freshman year, obviously sophomore year because of COVID, things got called off, and we'll get to that in a moment. But what would you say compared to your freshman year is the area where you've improved your game the most, entering a championship season for you in the city now as a junior?
I would say, two aspects. My short game's gotten a lot better. But then I've also gotten more mature as a person and as a golfer. I make better decisions. And I've been able to handle adversity better. Good shots, bad shots. That's been a good thing for me this season, is just being mentally tough out there. And I think I did that well on Monday.
Is there something in particular that helps with that aspect, that maturity aspect of golf? Because it's such a mental sport as much as it is a physical one. What's kind of the thing that helped you develop some of that maturity as you've gone through your high school career?
I would say just lots of experience. I've played in lots of golf tournaments, lots of junior golf tournaments before high school. And then obviously I was lucky enough to compete in, I think, 10. I got my 10 events my freshman year. So I have plenty of experience, and I've hit a lot more bad shots than good shots. So I've learned quickly that reacting negatively to poor shots and poor stretches of holes, it doesn't do you any good. So just trying to stay positive through the days when you don't necessarily have your best stuff, it's really helped me.
We're talking to Luke Leonetti, a junior for Washburn Rural Boys Golf. He is our Wendy's High School Male Athlete of the Week, the city individual boys champion this year for boys golf. We talked a little bit about how you lost your sophomore season due to the COVID-19 pandemic, but golf is a little bit different because golfers have had an opportunity to play their sports more than a lot of athletes in the city have over the past 15 years or so. What was going through the pandemic like for you as a golfer trying to stay on top of your game?
Yeah, like you said, as golfers, we got lucky. The golf course is shut down for maybe a week or two, but other than that, we had that whole downtime, especially with school being out, and we had lots of time to get out there and practice, lots of time to get better. So, I used that time positively. I used that as my advantage, and I got better. So it was good for me. Obviously, the off time, obviously what happened was terrible, but it was good for me and good for my golf game.
For that first tournament this year, then after having a whole year off from organized school competition, what was it like to get back in the tee box that first time and say, all right, well, we're back. This feels a little bit normal.
It was, I love high school golf. High school golf is a thrill. It's so much fun. So we were just counting down the days till that first day, that first tournament. And obviously with sophomore season getting canceled, we were all real bummed out, but just waiting for that first day, waiting for junior year to kick off I was pretty anxious, but I was ready to get out there and compete for sure.
Luke Leonetti is our guest, a junior golfer for Washburn Rural. He is our Wendy's High School Male Athlete of the Week. A couple more quick questions for you here, Luke, and I want to go back to something actually golf related that you mentioned earlier. You said, TCC, that's a tough place to play, 27 holes, it's a long day, but it's a good course overall. To you, in all of your experience playing so far in your career, what makes a good course, and specifically what makes a good course for you? What are the kind of setups that are the best for your game?
I would say, TCC had it all. It always is. The wind was blowing, the rough was thick, tree-lined fairways with fast greens. That's a good combination. When you have fast greens like that, that'll expose your short game really quickly. That'll show who knows what they're doing and who doesn't. So, quick greens and challenging greens, I would say I'm usually pretty decent on, especially Monday. That saved me. I didn't bring my best stuff ball striking. I think I found one fairway in the morning and maybe one or two in the afternoon. So I wasn't in great position all day, but I was able to manage around the greens, and I think that was what helped me.
Coming into this season, and now you have the benefit of some retrospect, having a city individual championship now under your belt and still a little action left to go this year. What were some of your goals entering the season? Were they more, team related? Was it personal maturity? Was it certain benchmarks? What were some of your goals, and how do you think you've accomplished them so far this year?
I mean, my goals going into this season weren't to win every tournament, to play well every week, because I know that's just not possible. But I definitely had my goals. I talked with Coach before season started, and he had us set some team goals, some individual goals. Obviously, going into each event, as a team, we want to win every event. As an individual, I want to do well. I want to play well. So I think so far I've done pretty well, managing and just playing with what I've got that day, and it seemed to work so far. I've played well. So.
One last question for you, Luke, and that is, since you are a junior, you've still got what's left of this season, and then you, of course, have one more year at Washburn Rural. When you look forward to the rest of your time at Washburn Rural and into your future, where do you hope golf takes you? Do you hope to do it at the collegiate level? Is it something you just want to, keep doing in whatever capacity for as long as you can? Where do you expect it to take you in the immediate and long-term futures?
Golf's a lifelong sport, and that's what makes it as fun as it is. I mean, it's a social sport. You can go out with your friends and have a good time, but golf's a big part of my life. It's a big part of my family's life. My parents have made a lot of sacrifices for me to compete at the level I am. So college golf is definitely the goal for me. I'd like to play at the collegiate level. So I'd like to finish this year strong, maybe have a good summer, and see where that takes me. I'd like to play at the college level.
Well, he's gone some pretty special places so far. Luke Leonetti is our Wendy's High School Male Athlete of the Week, the City Boys individual champion at this most recent event this past week. And he's still got a whole lot to go this year and next year as well. Luke, thank you so much for the time. We appreciate it, and congrats on the individual accolades and what all's to come.
Thank you.